Hello and welcome to my channel Happy Hours. In my last video, I discussed about the last two model of e-governance, which were e-advocacy and interactive service model. Some initiatives for e-governance in India, its benefits and some of the challenges faced by the e-governance. In this video, I am going to proceed further and going to discuss some more challenges faced by e-governance and about the role of civil services in democracy. So what are we waiting for? Let's jump to the first topic, which is the challenges of e-governance. We have already discussed three challenges, which were the digital illiteracy, linguistic barrier and authentication and privacy issue. Today I am going to discuss about the lack of digital infrastructure, which means that there is a lack of connectivity, especially in the rural areas through internet, and maintaining continuous supply of electricity in an important challenge for effective e-governance. We know when there are many places in India where the electricity supply is not continuous, especially about the rural areas. So there is a problem faced by e-governance, and that is there the continuous electricity is not there, and so the internet cannot be provided continuously. Next challenge is the challenge of interoperability. Different government departments may use different technology and platforms, not allowing for interoperability of technology. Therefore, convergence of an integration of e-governance services is difficult. There are many platforms and there are many departments in the government, and those every department can have different technology and they can use the different platforms. So there are many situations when they are not able to converge, and that makes a difficulty for the e-governance. Next, we are having the role of civil services in democracy. We know about the separation of power, and that is legislature, executive, and judiciary. In the executives, we are having two parts. First is the temporary, and the second one is the permanent. The temporary one is the political executives, where we are having the prime minister and his council of minister, or we can have the chief minister and the council of minister in the state. The permanent part is the civil servants. These are appointed and not elected, so they are in the permanent period. So what are their role? Let us understand. First is the role in the policy formulation. We all know the law is being made in the parliament by the legislature. They passes the bill and they make only the basis provision of the law which is passed, and then the legislature delegates the power to enact and comprehensive law to the executive. Now the major role is played by the executive. Now here lies the civil services servants. The civil services play an important role in policy formulation as they provide advices to the ministers. They offer data, insights, and analysis to help shape effective policies that address societal needs. With the growth of phenomena of delegated legislation, the civil services also play a role in enactment of law. The laws passed by the parliament are passed in the skeleton format, that is, only the basic provisions are passed and the executive is authorized to add rules, sub-rules in order to make the law enforceable. This role of bureaucracy has emerged because of the laymanship member of the parliament and the growing complexity of administration. We all know many a time the ministers who are working, they don't know what exactly the situation of the society, and to make them understand, the bureaucrats play the role. Next, we are having the administrative adjudication. Civil services today also have quasi-judicial functions in order to settle disputes within administration and between the state and the citizens through the mechanism of tribunals. The growing complexity of administration has added this function to the bureaucracy. Next is implementation of laws and policies. Civil services are responsible for translating legislative enactment and government policies into action. They execute tasks ranging from public service delivery to how to law enforcement. Next is the role of the stabilizing force. In time of political instability and transition, civil services offer stability and continuity to the government, while elected government and ministers may change. Civil services remain a permanent institution. This means we all know on every 5 years the government is changing, but the civil service servants are remain the same. So they are going to stabilize and they are going to maintain the law and order in that particular place where they are working. So they are playing the role of stabilizing. Next is the institution of social change and electronic development. The successful policy implementation leads to positive changes in the lives of ordinary citizens. The civil servants are tasked with ensuring that the government schemes and policies reach their intended beneficiary, therefore resulted into social progress and economic development. They are the one who work on the ground level and they are meeting the people and they will make sure that all the policies reach those who are in need, means the policies reach their intended beneficiaries. Next, let us understand what are the factors responsible for increased role of civil servant. If we see, we are having administration in the center, and there are many development coming up like science and technology, where when the science and technology is emerging, they are going to lead to give some opportunities and of course with the problems also. So the administration is going to act as the regulator for it. Next, we are having the industrial revolution. When we are having the industrial revolution, then one thing is going to happen, and that is the division of the society. The poor can become more poor and the richer is going to become the more richer. The rich means the capitalist and the poor is that poor. So to reduce this gap, the administration play a role. Third is the economic planning, means they are going to play an integrative planning in the era of LPG. They are going to allocate resources to intensify the participation of private sector. Next, we are having the population problem, and of course the urbanization is another problem. We all know that we are facing the population, and our population is growing very fast, and even migration is taking place from the rural area to urban area, due to which the population of urban area is increasing rapidly, and that is where the administration is going to maintain the population and trying to give the resources to the population in the equal amount. Next is the crisis management, where whenever we are having the disaster or something happens in like flood, then these administration they are going to work on the level so that they can reduce the harm of the disasters. And the last one is the welfare state, means the state is present from the womb to tomb. The administration is going to look or take a responsibility of every person of the society from the birth to the death. They are going to work for them so that they can have the smooth life. With this, I am concluding my video. If you find my video useful, kindly like, share and subscribe. Thank you.